I wasn't happy about it, but...
I only thought we would win because I had listened to all the speeches by all the senators. Incredible, moving, intelligent speeches. Ruth Hassel Thompson blew me away. Diane Savino, what a great account of where she talked about, I can marry a total stranger. I can marry you tomorrow, and we don't even know each other, never met before, and have all these rights, and yet the person that someone has been with for decades, they cannot marry. I thought it was so empowering to watch Dwayne Thompson say, Senators, I'm not asking for anything special, none of us are. I'm asking you as my colleagues to respect me with the same rights you have, to grant me equal treatment and equal consideration. I don't know his exact quote, but beautiful, beautiful piece. And I thought, how could you say no to that? How could you say no to that?
You just found out.
And I was stunned. And it was interesting because it was pointed out to me how many people turned their microphones off for their vote. Yeah, you had to really struggle to hear what they said. You know, they physically pushed that button and recorded their vote with their mouse. You could barely hear them. We had to back up several times.
Somewhat embarrassed about their vote.
I'm certain they were.
Well, that's a good sign that they were embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, yeah. I'm devastated, truly, but now I'm mad.
Well, I'm as angry as you are, but we got to turn that anger into
something positive. What do you think we need to do?
If we're going to win on this, it's going to be one upstate. The major mistake we made is concentrating too much on the city. I'll tell you, as an elected official, even gay constituents have not asked me to do anything about this. I think we have to talk to each other, too. I have gay constituents talking to me about their water bill, which is fine. That's part of my job.
Yes.
But they've never once asked me about gay issues. And so my colleagues...
What would you say one of our first steps should be? In addition to lobbying, what else do we need to do? What have we been doing wrong? Let's say that. What have we been doing wrong?
Well, like I said, I think we've been concentrating too much downstate and upstate. I also think when I keep making this claim, we have 8 counties in western New York, and I keep reminding everybody, I'm the only openly gay elected official. This just astounds me.
Yes.
We need the help of non-gay people, but we need more gay people in elected positions. I don't care if it's dog catcher. I guess I can elect the dog catcher. We don't Jamestown. But even in my position, you need to get people used to having gay elected officials. It's a lot harder for them to say no to me than it is to say no to somebody else. Some gay people at a conference in Chicago, I told them that the reason I think I'm having success is because my agenda is broader than gay issues.
Precisely,
but
yes.
It doesn't neglect gay issues.
I think that's a good point. Have you had any resistance to running to office or to being elected because you're gay?
Well, it took me more than one try to get in there.
It takes most people more than one try.
Yeah, so I'm not sure it's any difference. But this last time, well, just this fall, November, it was a re-election, I didn't have any. And as soon as I got on the city council 2 years ago, I was immediately asked to be president. I didn't even ask, they asked me.
That's awesome.
And at the meeting I said, well, what about when I'm gay? And all eight of them said, who cares? So.
And there you go. And I think it's not just about having gay candidates, it's about having viable gay candidates. So that's some of the things that we're hoping people start looking at, is that it can't just be about, I'm gay and I'm a public figure, but I have no business running for office. I really don't.
Why would you say that? I think the fact that you're a gay and a public figure means you have every reason to run for public office. Come join my club. I'm getting lonely.
Your club is fabulous.
I know, but I get to run the whole thing and I don't want to anymore.
I need to find somebody to run with you that I love and admire, but I got to tell you, it can't be me because I just don't have a nice mouth about this anymore. No. I call it black.
Well, you have to be somewhat diplomatic.
Yeah, and I'm losing that a bit. My diplomacy is strained, especially right now. Watching, you know, I don't know if you're aware of this. I did an interview with, not an interview. I had a confrontation. Let's word this truthfully. I had a confrontation with Senator William Stachowski at a cocktail party recently.
That should have been impressive.
Yes. Andrew Cuomo came into town, held a cocktail party here, and I was invited. And I came, and I was curious if he had thought this through, because I haven't lobbied him in a few months, you know. First of all, he won't take our phone calls. He won't return our phone calls when we do get through. He promises an appointment, it never comes through, all this kind of stuff. So I went up to him and I said, Senator Stachowski, because I know there's been a lot of pressure on him. We in the community put pressure on him from all kinds of directions, from different individuals, from different groups, etc. So I went to him and said, have you had a chance to reconsider your stand on gay marriage? And he said, no, I don't need to. And I said, then you're planning on voting for gay marriage? And he said, no. And I said, why is that? He said, well, I still feel that marriage is between one man and one woman. I said, Senator, I only want to marry one woman. I don't have a problem with that. I only want to marry one woman. And he kind of snickered, and I said, then let me get this straight, Senator. You have a problem with the word marriage, but you are comfortable with the word discrimination. And he said, oh, no, that's not what I said. I said, certainly it is what you said, Senator. And I think that that's one of the things that we're not making clear to them, that is what they are saying. They're telling us that they are comfortable discriminating against our families. And that should frighten every single New Yorker. It should frighten every single New Yorker that any elected official has the right to pass a law discriminating against them or excluding them from protection under the law. When Bush pulled habeas corpus, this country was extremely uncomfortable, and well, it should have been. And when we got a new president in, that was the first thing he did, was to restore habeas corpus. Why? Because it's the cornerstone of our Constitution that every single American gets the same treatment. So that's a frightening thought.
Unless you're gay and you want to get married.
Unless you're gay and you want to get married.
Then you're treated differently.
And if this passes, then it begs the question, who's next? Who's next?
You are not asking for your rights in your senator's office. You will never get them. How many senators sat down and confidently and smugly said, no? All right. The most precious thing you will ever have in this earth is your equality to other people. I want you to know who I am. I'm just a